I know how every story ends. I have walked beside kings as they choked on betrayal, watched villages vanish into smoke, and whispered the last rites of beasts no man remembers. There is no death unknown to me. But what happened on that mountain in 1959, even I do not fully see it. The wind carried something away that night, and what was left behind was only confusion. They were 9, students, engineers, mountaineers. Igor Dyatlov led them, experienced rational minds, setting out for the peak of Kholat Syakhl. The locals called it the Mountain of the Dead. But they laughed, took photographs, wrote in journals. On February 1st, they pitched their tent high on a barren slope, exposed to the wind. Snow blew across the canvas. The fire had gone out. And then something else came. What came for them left no tracks, no howl, no scream, only a sudden rupture in the order of things. Their tent, found later, was slashed open from within, not at the entrance, but through the canvas wall, as if they couldn't bear to use the zipper. They ran into the dark, barefoot, some in nothing but underwear, into minus 30 degrees, with no fire, no weapons, no plan. 2 of them were found beside a makeshift fire, their fingers burned down to bone, as if they tried to crawl into the flame. 3 more lay scattered in the snow between the trees and the tent. Sprawled, twisted, their arms reaching behind them, as if trying to escape something no longer there. And the last 4 were found in a ravine, bruised, broken, buried under meters of snow. 1 with her eyes missing, her tongue torn out, another with his ribs shattered clean, but with no marks outside the skin, no frostbite, no signs of struggle. Their expressions, not of pain, not even fear, just confusion, as if in their final moments something had rewritten the world around them, and they died, not knowing which way was up or where they had gone wrong. Rescue teams said the place felt wrong. The bodies were frozen where they fell, but not from exposure alone. Some wore each other's clothes, as if stripped from the dead in desperation. Garments tested positive for radiation. The tent stood half collapsed, half buried, untouched by any avalanche. And then came the men in uniforms, not to save, but to silence. The files were sealed, the mountain closed, the cause buried under the phrase, an unknown compelling force. They say it was an avalanche, but the injuries were not from snow. They were from pressure, like an invisible fist. They say it was hypothermia, but why run half-naked into the night? Why slash your way out of shelter unless your mind was breaking? Others whisper of infrasound, low vibrations that twist the nerves, drive you to madness. Or of parachute mines, dropped from the sky in secret military tests. Some speak of light in the sky, fireballs, orbs, and some, the older ones, say the mountain took offense. The Mansi do not climb Kholat Syakhl. They call it cursed. They know the land there is not quiet. It only pretends. 9 bodies, no answers, and still I search. For even I who cannot die, still fear what does not explain itself.